Hello everyone, welcome back to another ETR 72600 quick notes video. Here I'll be talking about the pneumatic system. The pneumatic system is used to supply high pressure air to the various systems like the conditioning system, the ventilation system, the pressurization system and the de-icing system. This is a big topic, so I will divide this video into different parts according to the different systems. The de-icing system is a different topic altogether, so I'll be talking about it later in some other video. So what happens is that the pneumatic system takes compressed air from the engine compressors and delivers it through the bleed valves for conditioning, ventilation and pressurization. The air from the bleed valves is conditioned by the air packs, which reduce the temperature of the bleed air and process it. Then the air is distributed to the pressurized zones of the aircraft. The electric and electronic equipment racks and the cargo compartment are ventilated by the cabin ambient air. A part of this air is then recirculated inside the cabin and the rest of the air is discharged outside the aircraft through the outflow valves. These valves also control the pressurization of the aircraft by opening or closing accordingly. So the air that is fed by this system comes from either the low pressure compressor or the high pressure compressor stages of the engine. When the aircraft is operating at high power settings, the air from low pressure stage is bled, but when the aircraft is operating at low power settings, the air pressure from low pressure compressor stage is not sufficient, so the air is automatically bled from the high pressure compressor stage. The bleed air from the high pressure compressors is transferred via a high pressure valve, which is electrically controlled and pneumatically operated. So when it senses high pressure air, the valve opens. Otherwise, the air is directly bled from the low pressure stage through this check valve. The low pressure bleed check valve is present so that the high pressure bleed air does not enter the engine again like this. Thus, only one valve can supply at a time, either the high pressure compressor or the low pressure compressor air. Downstream of the low pressure and the high pressure duct, there is a bleed air shutoff valve, which is again electrically controlled and pneumatically operated. So when the air pressure is sufficient, it opens up, otherwise it stays shut. There is also a cross-feed valve located in this system, which can connect the left and the right air bleed systems. The operation is automatic and it's always in the closed position during flight. On ground, it is used to operate both air packs during the hotel mode operation, or if one bleed or one engine is off. This valve is also electrically controlled and pneumatically operated. These two non-return valves are located so that when the crossfeed is used, the air does not go into the other pack. If one bleed fails in flight, we cannot use the crossfeed valve to operate both packs from one bleed because a single feed is not sufficient to supply both packs. If only single pack is operational, the maximum flight level is limited to flight level 200 or 20,000 feet, as a single pack cannot provide pressurization above flight level 200. Now let's talk about bleed leak. So the air packs are located in the landing gear fairing area, and the bleed air is sent from the engine to these packs, which is quite a distance. So a leak in the ducting is possible. If a leak occurs in the ducting pipe from the engines to the packs, the air will come out of the duct. So there are loop temperature sensors fitted around the duct pipe, which gives us the leak warning. When the temperature outside the duct is sensed above 153 degrees Celsius, the leak light comes up, and after 1 second, the associated pack valve, the high pressure valve and the bleed air shutoff valve shuts automatically. If the leak is detected in the left loop, then the crossfeed valve also shuts automatically. Temperature sensors are also installed in this system to provide overheat alerts. One of the sensors is located upstream of the high pressure valve and one is located downstream of the bleed air shutoff valve. The detector at the high pressure valve operates at 270 degrees Celsius. High pressure air is only allowed in this system when its temperature is below this threshold. The MFC byte loaded indicator on the maintenance panel comes up amber in case the sensor detects a temperature above 270 degrees Celsius. If the temperature downstream of the bleed air shutoff valve is more than 274 degrees Celsius, the bleed valve will automatically shut and the high pressure valve will also close if it was open. The overheat light comes up on the overhead panel. The difference between a bleed leak and a bleed overheat is that the bleed overheat temperature sensors are fitted inside the duct, and this overheat is regarding the air temperature inside the ducting, whereas the bleed leak temperature sensors are fitted outside the ducting, and it tells us whenever the temperature outside the duct increases, showing a leak in the ducting. In an overheat condition, the system can recover after a cooling period. But in a leak condition, the system cannot recover during flight as a leak has been developed inside the ducting. An overpressure switch is also located in both the left and the right systems. This sensor is placed between the engine and the bleed valve. If the bleed air pressure is more than 80 psi, the fault light comes up on the corresponding air bleed push button, and the bleed valve is automatically shut. So we can summarize and say that the bleed air shutoff valve automatically closes in these conditions. This is the control panel of the pneumatic system. These are the overheat and leak indicators which light up in case of an overheat or leak situation. Overheat was when the temperature inside the duct is more than 274 degrees Celsius, and leak was when the temperature outside the duct is more than 153 degrees Celsius. This is the engine 1 bleed push button, which controls the high pressure valve and the bleed valve. When pressed in, the high pressure and the bleed valves are energized and they open when sufficient pressure is available. If the fault light comes up, we can depress the push button to shut the high pressure and the bleed valves, and the off light will come up. Similarly, this push button is for the engine 2 high pressure and bleed shutoff valves. This indication over here comes up when the crossfeed valve is open. So this amber light will only come up when the aircraft is on ground. So this was the basic overview of the pneumatic system. Next, I will post different videos on the conditioning and the pressurization systems. Thanks for watching.